Alright guys, how's it going? Welcome back to another episode of Saving Sunderland. Just before we start, just let you know I'm fighting a bit of an illness at the minute, so apologies about if the voice sounds a bit off. But since the last episode, we played Leicester and Southampton, the teams first and second in the Championship, so we would have been happy with any sort of points, but we actually walked away unbeaten. We was 3-0 up against Leicester. We nearly bottled it, but we walked away winners 3-2. We then went away to Southampton and picked up a 0-0 draw, which means with just 9 games to go, we are currently 9 points off the playoffs. So still quite a way off. Even though we've had a good streak, a good little run of wins, we're still 9 points off with 9 games to go. So we're going to have to win quite a lot of our last games if we are to push for the playoffs. But I do believe that with this squad that we have got for next season, I've got more of a better idea of this team. We've made a few good signings in January. Thomas Asante and Helder Costa have been really good signings. Maybe we can try and get Mainu back on loan again, possibly with Diallo as well, because Diallo's been a good loan signing. But this is the squad that we are going into the game against Frank Lampard's QPR. They're 22nd in the Championship, so they're in the relegation zone. We're at home as well, so we should be able to pick up a win here. So let's go straight into the game. This is how we are lining up. And this is QPR's lineup. So let's go straight in to the game. We're home against relegation threat QPR, so we should win this game and give us the best chance of getting the playoffs. As I say, we're still a long way off the players. We're 9 points off. This episode, we're going to play a couple games. Hopefully get a few wins as well in between. And hopefully close that gap to the playoffs. The next episode, as we go 1-0 up, Thomas Asante, our 2 million bargain striker. Next episode will be the last episode of Season 1. And Diallo has picked up an injury. So we're going to bring on Marquinhos, actually. Actually, we'll bring on Helder Costa. And then we can always move Helder Costa over to the left-hand side and put Marquinhos onto the right. But next episode will be the last episode of Season 1. So if we do get a few wins here today and do get close to the playoffs, you'll find that out next episode, whether we make it or not. And if we do make it, there might be actually additional episodes of the playoffs. But as I say, we're a long way off. We're 9 points off. It's very unlikely that we do make it. We're just not long left to go in the season. I do feel, though, that next season, with the team that we have got, and I have a good understanding of this team now, that we will make it next season, at least to the playoffs. We've got a few minutes to go. We're just going to make a couple of substitutions. There is an international break after this, so we don't have to worry too much about fitness-wise, but we'll just freshen up the team. We'll go to drop down to control. We're only 1-0 up. The QPR haven't had a shot on target yet, though, so we should see this one out. It'll be disappointing to lose this one. And Semedo's through, but he's offside. We're just going to make one substitution if it allows us, but that is full time anyway. Let's go make a substitution to waste a bit of time, but we pick up a 1-0 win. Not too convincing, but a win is a win. And Diallo, unfortunately, is out for 3 weeks. That is not good at all. Especially he's been quite a main player for us since he's come in January. But let's have a quick look at the Championship table. Quarterfinals of the FA Cup are being played. And in the Championship, Leeds in 6th on 68, and we are in 11th on 60. Leeds do have a game in hand, though, so it could be Norwich again. So the gap still remains at 8 to 9 points. We've got 8 games remaining. I think we will catch up with the Leeds game away from home, so I'll see you for that. Okay, so since QPR, the 1-0 win, we went away to Cardiff and picked up a 2-1 win, a late goal for Cardiff, pulling one back, a 2-1 win again. At home to Blackburn this time, all goals coming in the first half, and a 1-1 draw at home to Bristol, a game we should have won, a 92nd minute equaliser for Bristol, but even with 11 games unbeaten in our last 12, and only 2 draws in that as well, we are still in 9th place, still 6 points off of the playoffs. Of course, if we did win that game, it would have only been 4 off, but it's very tight up the top. Southampton on 78 and Middlesbrough on the playoffs in 78 is very tight. Only 5 points from 1st all the way down to 6th. So anyone can win the league and anyone can drop outside of the playoffs. So it's still on the playoffs. We've got 5 games to go. We're 6 points away, so it's still possible. Next up, we've got Leeds away from home, a team in the 4th place. Even though we beat a lot of the teams up the top and we're not losing, we still weren't even in the top 3 for player of the month. But Leeds away, let's get straight into this game. So a lot of players are injured for this game or low on fitness. We've had to rotate the side quite a bit. This is how we are lining up. Costa comes in instead of Clark on the left-hand side. Barr comes in for Mainu. Evans as well, and a rotation in the defence as well. So a lot of players have been rotated for this game, and we're away from home to Leeds, another team pushing for the title and automatic promotion. So it's going to be a very difficult game. We're going to be expecting to lose this one. So if we can pick up a point, that would be good just to keep our name in the running for the playoffs coming the end of the season. Leeds do get a goal, but it's offside. So we'll take that one. We've got a chance here for ourselves. Thomas Asante nearly goes in there. Melia picks up the second ball. Chance here for Leeds. It's whipped in. And it just goes wide of the post. Nearly at half-time then. Another chance for Leeds first. And that one goes in. Thomas Souček is now playing for Leeds. Down in the Championship. High flying with West Ham in real life, but he's dropped down to play in the Championship on this save. Chance for us before half time is there. I'm going to take it. And nothing comes of that at all. Dan Ballard, very low on fitness from the previous game. So we're going to bring on Elise in centre back just to cover him. We've got a game coming up again in a few days. Lots of games coming thick and fast coming the end of the season. So struggling to keep the side all on full fitness. But 1-0 down to Leeds at half-time. A game we're expecting to lose. Let's see if we can get a goal in the second half. We're nearly at the end of the game already. 15 minutes to go, not even that. So we're going to have to rotate a few players. Let's see if... Not Clark, I didn't mean to do Clark. Semedo up top. He's actually been scoring a few goals coming up off the bench. We'll bring off Kirkin and swap them two over. Bellingham and Barr on Reds in the midfield. We'll bring on Myrtle and Styles, and we'll actually rotate them and put Roman playmaker. Styles had a good game, if you remember, scoring 2 goals in one game for centre midfield. Other than that, he hasn't really done too much else for the team. But Marquinhos and Costa quite low on fitness. So we'll bring on... Oh, that's all our subs. So we're going to have to go all out here. Just over 10 minutes left to go. Let's see if we can get an equaliser. Unlikely, and we're straight through to the end of the game straight away. So it's going to be a 1-0 loss away at home to Leeds, which does no good, no points. It's not a bad scoreline. We didn't get embarrassed, but a 1-0 loss means we pick up no points, which means the gap to the playoff becomes even bigger. So let's have a quick look at the table as we end this episode. We are sitting in 11th place. We are still 6 points behind the playoffs. So with a couple of wins, we would have been a lot higher and a lot closer. But 6 points off the playoffs, 4 games to go. It's going to be tight. We're going to have to win all 4 games, ideally, to be in with a chance. So come back next episode to see if we do, how high we can get up this table and whether we can scrape the 6th place to get the playoffs. It's going to be very unlikely. But leave a like on the video to give us some luck. Thank you very much for watching. Hopefully you have enjoyed. Please leave a like. Leave a comment as well. Anything you want to see on this series, any players you want to see me sign, and subscribe if you're new. It really helps support the videos and the channel. But I'll see you all next episode for the final episode of Season 1.